Welcome to the iPad Mini 4 Take-Apart Guide. To remove the display, you will need to use a heat gun to heat up around the edge of the glass. This will loosen the adhesive. The display on this iPad is already cracked and will not require as much care. If your display is in good condition, you will need to be careful to not crack the glass, as this is very easy to do. Once the edge of the display is heated up, you can then use a flat tool to carefully lift up the glass. Once the edge of the display is loosened, you can then lift the display up from the top. Next, remove the Phillips screws holding down the EMI shield that is covering the display cables. Now use your spudger tool to unplug the battery. Then use the spudger tool to unplug the display cables. Remove the black adhesive covering the EMI shield at the top. And then remove the Phillips screws. Next, unplug the front-facing camera and take the camera out. And then unplug the headphone flex cable. Remove the two Phillips screws from the headphone cover. And then take the headphone cover out. Next, take out the Phillips screw from the headphone board and then take the headphone assembly out. Next, use your spudger tool to unplug the rear-facing camera. Now remove the Phillips screw from the shield that is covering the volume cable. And then carefully unplug the volume flex cable. Next, unplug the Wi-Fi antennas from the board. And then unroute the cables away from the logic board. Next, remove the black tape covering the speaker cables. And then unplug the speaker cables. You can then unroute the lower Wi-Fi antenna. Remove the Phillips screws from the Wi-Fi antenna, and then you can remove the antenna completely. and then do the same to the upper antenna. Remove all the Phillips screws from the lightning port mount. And then gently slide your flat tool under the flex cable to separate it from the back case. The logic board is held down with adhesive. Carefully use a very thin, flat tool to slide behind the logic board and separate it from the back case. Remove the remaining Phillips screw from the right speaker assembly, and then take the speaker assembly out. Next, cut the adhesive holding down the left speaker assembly, and take the speaker assembly out. Gently lift up on the volume flex cable to reveal Phillips screws below it. Remove the Phillips screws that are below the volume flex cable. Heat up the casing that is surrounding the rear-facing camera, and then gently lift the rear-facing camera out. Remove the rubber gasket on top of the power button. Remove the two Phillips screws holding down the power button. And then take the power button assembly out. Next, take out the volume flex cable. Now to take out the battery, you will need to heat up the back case. Don't heat it up too much, just enough to loosen the adhesive. Next, gently slide your flat tool behind the battery. Once the adhesive has been cut, you can then lift the battery up and out.